So today is February 24, 2026, and the situation here in America is getting much more dangerous for immigrants. My mother was kidnapped and killed. Our daughters were born in America, but she's from Nigeria, and they used their ability to speak American English to frame my mother up as crazy, drugged her with like synthetic marijuana or counterfeit poison, and she fled from Pennsylvania to come to the hospital in New York City. And they told the hospital to treat her like she was crazy and lock her up in a mental ward and killed my mother. And they've been threatening, I'm also a Nigerian. They've been threatening to do that to me because I'm trying to sue US immigration for arresting me as a child when my mother brought me here from Nigeria. She had a green card and they arrested my JFK that a green card doesn't allow her to bring children here. So they call immigrants aliens. And they say the US laws don't protect aliens. So we're treated like the black Americans when we're under slavery. So I'm listening to WABC radio as I'm trying to sue the immigration for arresting me as a child, kidnapping me, saying my mother's green card didn't cover me. And I just heard an ad on the radio, and the ad says, if you get pulled away and you can no longer listen wherever you are, try to listen to our podcast. So they have me on the FBI surveillance. I criticize Trump a lot, and the owner of WABC radio is friends with Trump. So they're threatening that they're going to kidnap me, declare me mentally ill, and rape me. I was born a boy, I'm not a girl, and take my sperm and produce children for me and have those children inherit all my property and kill me in the mental ward like my mother was killed. And they threaten me anytime I try to use the bathroom. They call the police on me. The police slap me around. I said, this is America. We can do whatever. So they're kidnapping people in America. My mother has been killed. A black American helping me has been killed. Every Ghana. I was suing the NYPD for taking my home on Staten Island. The court case number is 13CV5052. And no law in America would help me. I used to come to this library, check the court papers, and the police would drive me out of the library, broken library, say I have too many bags, and I would complain to the library, and they told me, we're so sorry, keep coming. I was filing complaint, I was telling the Brooklyn Federal Court about it. So it was a black American helping me, a Ghana, and the police went and beat him up and choked him dead. So I've been homeless on the street now for 16 years, you know. So they're threatening me I have to marry somebody here and share the lawsuit money. So don't be selfish. If you're going to sue immigration, you have to marry somebody in America and the person will get 50-50. Otherwise, you're not going to get any help. All the lawyers in America refuse to help me. I've been trying to sue immigration for 25 years. This is not even funny. And they put me under the FBI surveillance. They're treating us immigrants like we're slaves. If you remember that song by a British guy called "Oh, I'm an Alien. I'm a little alien. I'm an Englishman in New York." That is literally how they treat foreigners. They call us aliens, and all the lawyers told me, we're not going to help you. And people are telling me, you got to marry an American, and that lawsuit money, they'll get half through the marriage, and I'm sure they just want to kill me. And the guy took me home in 2020. They locked up at the bathroom in the train station. I couldn't find a bathroom to use. I was begging people on the train that please, I need to use the bathroom. I'm from Nigeria. They lock up at the public bathroom. I'm homeless. And 2 hours later, the guy told me to come to his house. Said he will let me use the bathroom in his house. I was like, thank you, sir. You're a lifesaver. I said, I have some money I can give you. He said, he doesn't care about money. When we got to his house, he told me, here's the deal. We got to get married right away. I'm like, are you kidnapping me? We were in his house in the Bronx. So we got to get married right away. And they raped me, beat me up. And I called the police. And the police came to the apartment and they threw me out. They took a picture of my face bloody and they wouldn't arrest him. So this is weird, but I heard they've been doing this for a long time. They torture people in Guantanamo Bay prison, drive them crazy. So I guess it's part of the grooming to drive me crazy. So if you're watching my video on YouTube, please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless. I'm looking for charitable, non-conditional donation to my Cash App NYC Homeless. I'm not looking for marriage for anyone. I'm not looking for marriage with anyone. I'm not looking for surrogacy with anyone. I'm not looking for anyone to adopt a child for me. I'm a Nigerian. I was born a boy. I'm now a girl. So I'm 45. I'm almost 45 years old. I don't have any child. I'm not married to anyone. I'm not looking to get married to anyone. I'm not looking for any child. I'm a gay. I was born a boy. I'm now a girl. So there's a lot of discrimination against us gays. It's a very machoistic society, and so they said part of their machoism is to pretend they value women but abuse males and gays. So I'm a gay Nigerian. So they treat me horribly. They told me they're gonna kill me in the bathroom. So please, sometimes I have to wear diapers. You know, so I can't really talk too loud before they kick me out of the library. It's like I'm being taken hostage. But the thing is, they're taking you hostage in front of everybody and nobody cares about you. It's like you don't even exist. So this is weird. I've never seen anything like this. So please, if you're watching my video, I'm a Nigerian. I'm being taken hostage, but I can walk freely, but I have no right. I can't use the bathroom. They've stolen my mother was able to get me a green card before she died. They've stolen that green card from me, stolen all my ID. But I'm working. It's a de facto hostage taking. It's like I could be really truly killed any moment, and nobody cares. Nobody. I've sent emails to like over 1,000 lawyers. They just don't care for 16 years now. So they said they can just drive you crazy and they can just kill you and be like, oh, that person was depressed. That person, the mother died, the father died, and was depressed, always complained, and the police killed them. And literally, so I don't know if this is because of the capitalist society. Money is the only thing that has value. Human life has no value. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Africa. Africa is much more community oriented. So this is a culture shock. If you don't have money, you're nobody. Your color determines how human you are. So please, but I'm not gonna let them break me. So if I'm dead, please continue to fight for me. I solemnly swear under United States perjury laws and other relevant laws and under U.S. Constitution that what I'm saying is true to the best of my knowledge and belief, and I'm seeking non-conditional charity donation to my cash app and Westminster. And once again, I'm not looking for marriage with anyone. I'm not looking for anyone to adopt any child for me. And in case I die or I'm killed, only civil rights activists like me that haven't denied me of the past should administer my state and get justice for me and my late mother. No family member or friend should administer my state. Just civil rights activists should administer my state. Provided those activists haven't denied me of the past, I've reached out to Amnesty International, they all ignore me. So they won't be able to administer my state if in case I die, I'm killed. So just the civil rights activists that haven't denied me of the past, and they should get justice for me and my late mother and donate the rest of my assets, any money I have, she should give it to charity for those suffering xenophobia like me and my late mother. And those being deported by Trump should be prioritized for assistance. And nobody should make a movie about me. They said they're going to kill me in a brutal way, like Diallo, that was a West African. The police shot him with 40 bullets, and the police walked away free. They said it was a mistaken killing in Harlem in 1999, the whole world protest, but the NYPD guys walked away free. So they said that's how they're going to kill me. So it's going to make a good movie. So this is barbaric. So absolutely not should anybody make a movie about me if I die or I'm killed. You know, I'm very particular about my image, even though I may not be important here. I'm a human being. I'm no other. So nobody should make a movie about me unless I'm alive and I'm participating in that movie and I direct it. And I've been noticing some of the Hollywood stars have been coming around me. I do beg for money on the street, you know, and they won't give me nothing. They just look at me and walk away. So I believe here's the catch. When I was younger, people used to tell me I look like Michael Jackson. When I was in Nigeria, I no longer look like him. I'm not 45, so I guess they're trying to kill me. I used to record songs and sell it to Michael Jackson from Nigeria. So I think they're trying to kill me. They may have stolen some of the songs I left in my apartment in Nigeria, recorded for Michael Jackson, and they're trying to release that music and they hope to make money, but they believe if they kill me in a very tragic way, it's going to attract attention because the gay lives here don't matter. The gays, even Michael Jackson, he was gay, but he had to pretend he was straight. Otherwise, his music wouldn't have sold anything. Remember in his 1992 interview, he was saying he's not an homosexual, an allegation calling him an homosexual as well. I don't know if he's gay or not, but I'm just assuming. There's a lot of the artists here have to pretend to be straight because it's just such a machoistic culture. I don't want to say too much because this Trump says he's going to deport any immigrants. That talks bad about America. So I'm in between a rock and a hard place. My life is under threat. I can't say too much. I don't want their eyes to pick me up, but my mother's dead. My father is killed also. A black American helped me is killed. I don't want to criticize them too much. I don't want their eyes to come pick me up. I'll have nobody to bail me out. My mother and daughters were born here, but they're moving with a narcotic gang. So absolutely, I want nothing to do with them. And no way should they administer my state if I'm killed. So they said they're going to get me in the bathroom. They started removing the door locks in the bathroom. At bathrooms I normally use, they say there's such drug use. They say they're so worried about drug use. They say people are bringing in drugs from Venezuela. They say, and they're just making up all this stuff. I don't, everybody's in the library. I don't see anybody smoking drug. They say the police are concerned that people are bringing in drugs from Venezuela. So they're removing all the door locks in the train station bathrooms so the police can walk in on you naked. I've recorded videos. So on the E-train Jamaica, near the JFK airport, there's an E-train that goes to Jamaica. All the bathrooms in that train station, they remove the door locks. So you have to use the bathroom when they open. So their police, it's like a police state. I'm like, this is crazy. I've been contacting the MTA president. So they treat the black immigrants like nothing. So I have to be using the bathroom in the open. So they're so concerned about drug use. So they said the MTA workers said, we're going to get you soon. You keep saying bad things about our country, you're dead meat. So they could kill me any moment from now. This is like a genocide. They're using people's citizenship status to kill them. I don't want to say too much. So their lawyers don't help me, but I still have to defend myself. I hope there's a self-defense right for foreigners. You know. So they say if you don't tell your story, other people will tell your story for you. So I thank God that social media, as you can see, I have so many phones. People do give me money. I do beg for money on the street. I'm not say I do beg for money. So I'm able to buy so many phones. And they said they're going to arrest me and claim I'm stealing all these phones. I don't steal phones. I do have a lot of phones. It's because I've been homeless for 16 years and I buy the cheap phones from the stores, like $20 phones, but a lot of the phone gets water damage because I'm always on the street in the rain. Sometimes when the police arrest me, they knock me on the ground and all my screen, my phone becomes damaged. You can see the screen is broken. A lot of it is when the police arresting me, knocking me down, punching me, beating me up for no reason, you know. So they said they're going to call it a mistaken killing. So they hire some black Americans to become the police army. Some of those black Americans say they hate Nigerians, that we sold their ancestors into slavery. Now it's time for revenge, reverse discrimination. So they're inciting ethnic war, black Americans abusing Africans. Another African that's homeless like me, they've robbed him, stole his green card, stole his passport. They've stolen my green card, stolen all my documents. My mother, before she was killed, they stole her US passport also. So they are robbing us Africans. I contacted the police commissioner, NYPD doesn't help me. So this is like a genocide. But I can't call it that. This Trump said, anybody that uses strong word against America, I should pick them up. But it's really a genocide, but I can't call it that. So I risk being picked up. And the lawyers don't help me. So the international community has to investigate this. You know, this their WABC radio also, they are aware I'm under FBI surveillance. Because once they arrested me when my mother brought me as a child, they put me under FBI surveillance. And the owner of WABC radio is friends with Trump. So the FBI provides security for WABC radio. So it's like this WABC radio is trying to force me into a marriage so they can get half of the money with their staff. They'll be playing jingles like, you know, WABC radio, the radio station you're falling in love with. You're falling in love with us. I'm like, okay, this is weird. How do you fall in love with a radio station? Is this a sex trafficking? But I do listen because I don't have access to other media. I'm homeless. So I do try to listen to their WBC radio and just to be able to be aware of what is going on in the news, so I don't just die of boredom. And I do try to read the newspapers, but it's absolutely weird. The lawyers don't help me, and except for the people who do give me money on the street, but that's it. Nobody really talks with me. I try to engage people in conversation that my mother has been killed, my friend Ergun has been killed, my father has been killed, and people that really don't like to engage in conversation with me. It's kind of weird, So there's a whole lot of cover-ups going on, whether intentional or unintentional. But immigrant lives matter. So as long as I have a breath, I'll always talk about my mother being killed, my father being killed, my friend Ergun being killed. Until they get there, they send their eyes to get me or wherever. They have their Black American gangs that beat me up, and they say they're using their eyes to arrest people, and the police that arrest me. So whoever kills me first, you know. So, but as long as I have birth, I'll continue to post videos. But I would appreciate it if you can give me money from anywhere in the world so I can rent a hotel and just hide in the hotel room. My father is dead, my mother is dead, and just hide in the hotel room and keep contacting the court. I've been sending emails to the judges, and they don't help me either. And I'm being denied access to court. The lawyers don't help me either. So there's a whole lot of cases I want to file in court. It's just, I need like a place to stay so I can gather my thoughts. So I don't, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of evidence I've gathered. So please don't my cash out. And definitely this WABC radio, they're, you know, they're an accessory to attempted sex trafficking. You know, they'll be saying things like, thanks for listening, falling in love with our radio station. And, and they're playing jingles earlier. Today's February 24, 2026. It's around 5 p.m. And they were playing jingle earlier, saying when you get taken away, you know, you can still try to listen to us wherever you get taken to. So this may listen to the radio station. They now changed the show to a Mark Levin show. So before their owner, Cass Martinez, was on the radio. He does a show from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now it's 6 p.m., 6:50 p.m. So there's another show comes in. So they're creating this atmosphere of duress. And sometimes people come to me, try to lure me to go to the house. I'm like, no, I'm not a prostitute. I'm not looking to live with anybody. I do beg for people to borrow me money or put money in my cash app NYC homeless so I can rent my own hotel room. I have a photocopy of my green card, which I can use as an ID to rent a hotel. They stole my green card, stole my social security card. When the police arrested me, and went and locked me up in the cycle, they had a guy slap me. And then the police arrested me. So I was fighting. I wasn't fighting with the guy. It was on July 20, 2019 by Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue. So they said they've abused Black Americans in a playhouse like this, even after slavery ended. They had a law called Jim Crow, and they will arrest these Black Americans, call them vagrants on the street, and go and lock them up, in prison as trespassers, make them work as prisoners for free, So they're treating me like that 500 years after slavery's over. But they said they really want my sperm, and they said, because I'm worth some money potentially because I'm trying to sue immigration and I'm trying to sue the police for taking my home also. So they said if they can just kill me and claim I was in an agreement with strangers to take my sperm upon death or to adopt children for me, they can just inherit my estate. There's an inheritance scam is so rampant here in America. It's inheritance, people stealing people's houses after they die. I heard a woman, somebody died here in Brooklyn and left a house for their children, and scammers came and lied that the person had already sold the house to them, and the children couldn't get the house. Stole the house from the children, and the children were Black Americans. So they're committing inheritance scams against Black Americans. So they say me as a Nigerian, they're going to kill me. I'm going to lie in court that I was moving with a cult, and I told them to take my sperm and produce children when I die, and they will then inherit all my estate to Richard. So I'm not a member of any cult. I didn't authorize anyone to take my sperm and produce children, and that would be against the law. That would be called necropsy, having sex with a dead person, and the alternative would be to claim I told them to adopt children for me. I didn't tell anybody to adopt children for me. I'm homeless. Why would I tell people to adopt children for me? I can barely even have enough money to eat. So I'm single and married. So this is how they're treating foreigners. Under this Trump is emboldening all kinds of hate attacks against immigrants. And I can't say too much, because they have the Alien Enemy Act. They can just declare you a foreign enemy of the United States and lock you up in a prison in Arizona. They say they have crocodiles there. It's Alcatraz. So if you keep saying bad things about America, they'll call you an alien. Aliens Enemies Act. My mother's been killed, my father's been killed, but I can't say too much. I don't want to be locked up in a military prison and they will deport you to the wrong country like El Salvador, somewhere where they put you in chains. So they've been deporting transsexual there, you know. So this is what is going on. And their gangs, Black American gangs are robbing me because they know I can't say too much. I don't want to be taken to a military prison. So they steal all my stuff. They steal my underwear, my socks. So while they're threatening to declare immigrants aliens as enemy combatants for speaking bad about America, the Black American gangs are robbing foreigners. And we can't say nothing because you see you're attacking the United States. You're an alien combatant. So I can't even criticize these Black Americans that rob me. So please, word. I know you're all afraid. I know you're all afraid. But if you can, out of your fear, please donate money to my cash app. NYC homeless. And I haven't gotten no donation. I don't know if they're seizing of the money or if people are just too scared to donate money to me. So if you donate money to me, please send me a message on my Instagram or my Facebook. Google search my last name and first name. If you donate money to my cash app, NYC homeless, please send me a message because I don't know what's going on. I don't get no money. $0 in my cash app. I don't know if people are scared or if the government is taking out the money. Because this Trump said it's not going to follow the law. Aliens don't have rights. And it's going to it's told his eyes to be breaking doors open without a court, without a search warrant, and picking up immigrants. So they say immigrants don't have rights. So they don't have to go get a arrest warrant before they break into your house. So this was going on. And I'm contacting all the lawyers in America, they don't answer me back. You know, I've contacted the legal aid, Amnesty International. So this is weird. This is weird.